Gravitational free fall. The acceleration due to gravity near the Earth's surface is gm by r square. That means the gravity value we found it to be approximately 9.8 meter per second square. Of course, it changes from pole to equator and all that we will discuss later. But the value is 9.8 meter by second square. So it depends on the mass of the planet and radius of the planet. It does not depend on the object that is falling. Suppose this is the ground and you are dropping two objects. Suppose this is the ground and you have two objects. One is a small one, the other one is a large one, and when you are dropping both of them from the same level, and if you leave it, given that this height is the same, they both will reach the ground at the same time. Both of them have the same acceleration, that is 9.8 meter per second square. For simplification purposes, we will take acceleration due to gravity value as approximately 10 meter per second square, because it is 9.8. We'll take 10 meter per second square so that you can easily solve the problems. Okay, so unless otherwise mentioned, you can take value of acceleration due to gravity as 10 near the Earth's surface. So the meaning is, if you drop any object, whether it is 5 kilogram object or 500 kilogram object, both will reach the ground at the same time. You search for feather hammer experiment on the surface of moon. Feather hammer experiment on the surface of moon. You will be able to see how the feather and the hammer both reach the ground at the same time, because acceleration due to gravity on moon is just 10 by 6 meter per second square. It is about like 1 point something value. So they both come down very slowly. Here acceleration due to gravity is very high, so object falls faster, but on the surface of moon it falls slower. Again, because whenever you drop an object, gravity pulls it down. The gravity value or the acceleration is 10 meter per second square on Earth. So acceleration is constant number, it is not changing. So any object, whether it is thrown upwards or dropped from a height, move under gravity, move under the action of gravity. If it is not a machine or something, anything that is dropped or thrown upwards move under the action of gravity, and gravity value is constant. Hence the motion of an object falling down or going up and down, all are constantly accelerated motion. These are examples of any object move under gravity, or any object that is thrown up and allowed to move under gravity, all are uniformly accelerated motion. So both this object and this object, irrespective of their masses, they both move with the same acceleration. So these two are an example of constantly accelerated motion. So acceleration due to gravity is constant, and the motion of any object near the surface of Earth, unless otherwise it is not battery operated or something, it is an example of a uniformly accelerated motion. Okay, if an object is uniformly accelerated, then you know already that there are three equations of motion that represent uniformly accelerated motion. One is v is equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half a t square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2as. We can use these three equations to solve problems of objects moving under gravity. One such simple example is gravitational fall. If you drop this object or this object and the total height from which you are dropping is 45 meter. We can easily calculate time taken by the object to reach the ground, or what is the speed with which it strikes the ground. Suppose if you are so interested and you would like to find out if you drop this object, with what speed it will hit the ground. By the time it reaches ground, it covered a total distance of 45 meter in the downward direction. We already discussed that displacement is a vector. So you know the displacement. If the object is falling down because of gravity, acceleration of the object is 10 meter per second square, because it falls down because of gravity only. So the gravity's acceleration value is approximately 10. Then if you drop an object from a height of 45 meters, its acceleration will be 10 meter per second square, because when you drop anything, when you just drop anything, you are just leaving the object. So initially its speed will be 0. So in this equations, U stand for initial velocity, V stand for final velocity, and S stands for displacement, A stands for acceleration. This you already know. In the motion chapter we have discussed about it. Okay, suppose if you drop an object from a height of 45 meter. So what is the time taken it reaches the ground, and also with what speed it hits the ground. Suppose if you want to find out the speed with which it hits the ground, you know initial velocity is 0, acceleration is 10 in the downward direction, displacement is 45 meter in the downward direction. So in this equation out of 3, which will have initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration and displacement? You have this, right? Displacement, initial velocity, acceleration. If you know all these velocities, you know the final velocity. So the final velocity here we are assuming it is V. Because we are dropping the object, initial velocity is 0. So it is 0 square plus 2 into acceleration. Because it moves under gravity, it is acceleration, which is 10 meter per second square downward, and displacement is also 45 meter downwards. So it is 45 meter downwards. Here if one is acting upwards, the other is acting downwards, means you have to take one as positive, the other as negative, because directions are opposite. Because both are in the downward direction, we don't need to worry about it. Minus into minus becomes plus. So V square equal to 0 square is 0, 2 into 10 into 45, 20 into 45 is 900. So V square is 900. V is square root of 900. So this can be written as root of 9 into 100. The square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 100 is 10. So in place of 100, when that comes out 10, so it is 30 meter per second. If an object is falling from a height of 45 meter, it will strike the ground with a speed of 30 meter per second. So the object strikes the ground with a speed of 30 meters per second. If you know the speed, you can even calculate the time of fall. You look at the first equation. Initial velocity is 0, we know, and acceleration is 10 meter per second, we know, and the velocity so far we don't know, but using this equation, if we have calculated velocity, the final velocity, if you know the final velocity as 30, you can calculate the time. Let me rewrite the first equation here. The first equation is V equal to U plus AT. So the object was at a height and then finally it hits the ground. So initially the object at this point has velocity 0, but when it comes to this point, the velocity is final velocity is 30. So remember, final velocity is not the velocity it acquires after several hitting from the ground. Obviously it will come to rest, but that is not the final velocity. The velocity with which it strikes the ground is called final velocity. So v equal to 30. So the time taken to fall we need to calculate, but it comes down with an acceleration due to gravity, that is 10 downwards. So you substitute initial velocity is 0 plus acceleration is 10, time taken you don't know, final velocity is 30. So 30 equal to 10t and t is equal to 30 by 10, which is 3 seconds. If you drop an object from a height of 45 meters, it will strike the ground with the speed of 30 meter per second. If it strikes the ground with the speed of 30 meter per second, the time of fall is actually 3 seconds. So like this, I mean, these problems are kind of very thought provoking, and you need to logically reason, and you have to have intuitive understanding of how the objects move or behave. Only when you have such things you will be able to solve these problems. So carefully just go through the lecture again so that you develop a comprehensive understanding, so that in the subsequent videos we solve more problems.